The new GTA Online update is launching in just a couple of days, and there really is a few things I suggest you do before that day. And this video we're going to be going through all of that. But before we do get into it all, be sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss any content just like this. So getting into the video. So first of all, we're going to focus on the nightclub. Let's quickly read through what Rockstar have said about the nightclub owners for this new update. Nightclub owners can now contact Johan to take on missions to source goods for their nightclub warehouse, or call Tony to launch club management missions. 2 new club management missions have been added to the roster, giving you new ways to promote your above board operations. Meanwhile, inside your club, you'll be able to maintain the vibes by ejecting troublemakers and chaperoning passed out VIPs to safe locations off site. So as you can see from this, there's going to be a lot more activities going on inside your nightclub, especially with being able to eject troublemakers. So with this, you're going to want a lot of people in your nightclub so you can take advantage of this content when it releases on July 26th. So to make sure your nightclub is popular on the day the update releases, you're going to want to do some nightclub popularity missions. That's what I'll be doing as well. So before the update releases, you're going to want to go through loads of nightclub popularity missions and just make sure that by the time the update does release, your nightclub is nice and popular. This means to be able to get straight into the new content, such as kicking out the people that are causing trouble in your nightclub. And I feel like if your nightclub isn't as popular, then these missions won't be as frequent. Obviously, we don't know if that's going to be the case, but it's definitely worth doing some popularity missions as well, since the nightclub is playing a big part in this new update. So next we're going to talk about the Doomsday Heist and the apartment heists. Now Rockstar have said officially that these heists will be getting an increased payouts. Now let's look at what Rockstar have officially said on their newswire. To encourage group play, all players joining heist setups will receive 50% more GTA cash than the current payout. Additionally, the minimum cut for finales is now set at 15% for each member. The cost of heist setup fees has been reduced across the board to $25,000. The following heist finales will award an additional 75% GTA cash payouts on top of the current take: the Fleecer Job, the Humane Labs Raid, the Prison Break Finale, Series A Funding Finale. The following heist finales will award an additional 50% GTA cash payouts on top of the current take: the Pacific Standard Job Finale, the Doomsday Heist Acts 1, the Doomsday Heist Acts 2, the Doomsday Heist Acts 3. So it is really nice to see these heists getting an increased payout, and I do actually go in depth in this in my previous video, and a link to that can be found in the description below. So one thing I suggest that you maybe do before this update arrives is actually complete all of the preps for one of the apartment heists that I listed and the Doomsday Heist. Now obviously this isn't a must-have, it's not crucial, but it's something that I will try and do before the update arrives, just so I can see what the payouts are like when this update does arrive and see what the difference is and if they will be worth playing frequently. So yeah, it's a good idea to do the Doomsday Heist preps and some of the apartment heist preps just before this update arrives. This really isn't a must-have, but it's something I would suggest maybe doing if you have the time. This could be a very nice money-making method once this update does arrive, but we will just have to wait and see. You might be thinking, well, the Carefree heist is still going to be the best money-making method in the game. Well, this might not actually be the case. Rockstar have said, with this update, all heists will be aligned to have the same cooldown time of one in-game day, 48 minutes, when playing as a group. We will also adjust specific aspects of the Carefree heist finale to better balance a player's time spent in GTA Online. Solo playthroughs of the Carefree heist finale will trigger a cooldown of 3 in-game days. And after seeing a high value primary target in the Carefree heist finale, the higher value primary targets will appear less often for the next 72 hours, while the value of secondary targets will increase. This is intended to encourage exploration and cooperation between players. So it does seem like the Carefree heist is getting a little bit of a nerf, but that isn't really anything to worry about. I think there's a good chance this will still be the best way to make money, but maybe it does mean that the casino heist will be in there as well as the best way to grind in GTA Online. But like I have said many times, we really will just have to wait and see till this update arrives. But I will be keeping you guys all up to date on this channel when the update does arrive, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. So when it comes to money before this update does arrive, I recommend a minimum of 5 million. This 5 million should be enough to play through all of the new content, but it won't be enough to purchase all the vehicles and everything like that, but it will give you enough money just to play through the new content that arrives on the day. But then I would say recommended amount would be 10 million. This would give you enough to play through the new content and enough to buy whatever you want. It wouldn't be enough to buy everything, but having 10 million will just give you that little bit of leeway. So a minimum of 5 million and a recommendation of 10 million. As of right now, the best way to make money is just by doing back-to-back Carefree heists. So before this update arrives, you want to make some quick money, just do some Caprico heists. That really is the best way to make money. If you don't have a Kasaka, which you really should, but if you don't, then the casino heist probably is the second best option. Another thing I suggest you do before this update arrives, if you have the money, is to buy a special cargo warehouse. Now this is because this is being expanded upon with this new update, and this has been officially said by Rockstar in their newswire, so let's have a quick read through of what they've said. Those who own an executive office will notice new staff manager Luke, ready and able to help source additional special cargo for your empty shelves. A new side gig will also open up for executives, where a shipment of special cargo will arrive daily outside your warehouse, packed and ready for delivery to the docks. Plus, 2 new sources of special cargo will also be added to the mix of source missions, increasing the variety of missions available to white-collar criminals statewide. So as you can see, they talk about special cargo, so if you can before the update, buy the special cargo warehouse. This will give you access to some of the new content in the update, since it is being expanded upon. Obviously, if this will mean that you'll be below 5 million or anything like that, then definitely don't buy it, it's not worth it. But if you can, then definitely do this, since it will be useful to have it before the update arrives. But obviously, if you don't have the money, then definitely avoid this one. So next we're going to be talking about the bunker, and let's quickly read through what Rockstar have said about this. Ammunition has heard that you are all about supplying quality goods at a fair price, and they want in. Make a daily delivery to a designated ammunition store for an additional source of revenue. When stocking your bunker, you'll come across 2 new resupply missions, so be sure to rob these new targets for all they're worth. And players will also be able to call Agent 14 from the road to increase their research progress by sourcing data from a well-armed mark. So as you can see here, there is a significant expansion coming to the gun runner business. So I would say just having a small amount of supplies ready in your bunker might not be a bad idea for when the update arrives. This means that you will be able to play through this new content. I'm definitely not saying that you should completely fill up your bunker. That definitely isn't worth it. That's going to take ages. Definitely don't do that. But it is maybe worth having just a little bit in there for when the update does arrive to make sure you can play through that new content. And if you haven't already, you want to make sure that you've bought an agency. An agency was part of the Contracts DLC. This is definitely worth buying, since there are going to be new eligible vehicles for the Amani tech. We don't know whether these new vehicles will be new vehicles or just existing vehicles, but it is nice that we're going to be getting some new vehicles which will be eligible for this feature. So make sure you have an agency by the time the update arrives if you don't. But, like I said, if this will mean that you don't have enough money on the day of the update, then definitely don't do that, just wait till the update arrives. But yeah, if you don't have an agency, try looking into buying one of those. So that pretty much is everything I suggest you do before this update arrives on July 26th. Let me know down below what you're doing before this update arrives and how hyped you are for this update. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the news when it comes to this new GTA Online DLC. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.